All right, and hello everyone. Welcome to this week 2 of Platinum Cat Play. I am Corey Bunger, and I'm here with the Linguini Lord himself.
What's up, guys? It's Hog Pasta Boy here to bring you some more spicy gameplay here from Platinum Cap series.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Hogbug7 could not make it today. He said he was having a couple of mic issues. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. So he went home to go be with some family while his time off from college, and because of that, he didn't really have his PC brought with him, so no headset, no cast.
That's unfortunate, but hey, at least he's seeing his family, though. But now, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into things, not make you waste any time whatsoever, with our first game, which is Sensei Squad and Gecko Slammer Armageddon. So let's hand on over to that and get going. While I change the names, because I'm a dumb butt and I forget to do that. So you want to go, while I change overlays, you want to go ahead and introduce...
I'll take blue side.
Blue side?
So, on the top lane, we have Jin McCain on Scion. We have Mistress Yi on their chosen Master Yi in the jungle. Renji on his Ahri mid lane. Naked Beekeeper, Ezra looking for those really good Mystic shots. And Little Falcon on Nami.
Alright, there we go. Now we got things fixed. Over on the red side, we've got Cancerous Rex playing a Cancerous champion at that in Yorick. Water Bear playing Jungle Kane. Midnight Slushy in the mid lane playing that Icy Lissandra. Boosted Asian playing the Sivir ADC and Shroom Bear on the Soraka support.
You can see the team starting to get just a pretty simple 5-point defense, looking to make sure that no team takes too far a step over into their jungle. I'm liking what each team is doing, though, but they're putting York a little bit farther out. That way, just in case Sound decides to wrap around. But at the same time, they're extremely safe in the bot lane.
Yeah, no, I do wish, though, that... Kane swapping over to the blue side. This is a little bit better. Kane showed top side on the red in that lineup. So, of course, first thing you think of, especially with Kane, he's going to start red or he's going to start chickens. Like, seeing him take the time to walk over there to the blue side is definitely good, I would say, for Sensei Squad.
So, Corey, just based on these two team counts, what do you think each team's looking for their win condition right now?
Well, I would say for Gecko Slammer Armageddon, at first thought, I'm like, they have a Scion, they have a Master Yi. They're looking to just barrel through, like, wait for the late game, just sit in lane forever and just, like, farm up for ages.
Right.
But then, at the same time, they've got the Ezreal with a little bit more of that mid-game damage. So, maybe they're just looking to win the mid-game and spur on through to the late game.
I think they might be looking to get the mid-game going really strong, seeing where Mistress Yi can get to, and allow Ahri to get those picks to allow Mistress Yi to scale. When it comes over to our red side, the thing to be looking for would be Midnight Slushy getting really strong engages, boosted Asian.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of strong picks, really good player on the Sivir. I think once Sivir gets ranked up pretty high, that's what she'll need in order to scale ahead.
Yeah, no, I definitely see Sensei Squad looking to set up that 4-1, or even 1-3-1. Midnight Slushy strong, especially in the later game, can do a nice bit of dueling. Cancerous Rex, of course, doing dueling as well, but it looks like we might... No, we don't have anything in the top lane, unfortunately. But no, I'm looking to see a 1-3-1, just a map control push from Sensei Squad and just slowly choking out GSM.
CS pretty even across the board, slightly ahead up top for Cancerous Rex and also for Water Bear. But this is what these teams are looking for, just trying to maintain even, play slow, keep track of each jungler. Get those picks like there we just saw from Little Falcon on the Shroom Bear. Oh, but Renji's going in.
Renji did go in, got picked a little bit. Oh, but a good charm there onto the Midnight Slushy. Gets the Electrocute proc as well, but doesn't look like anything's going to come of that. Not low enough for the Ignite.
Man, Waterbear really is interested to see what he can find up top against Mr. C and Jin McCain.
Yeah, he is. definitely pushing Mr. C right now out of that top blue side jungle. That's some aggressive Kayn jungling right there, and that's what he needs. Master Yi is not very much of a ganker early on, has no CC, so is heavily reliant on a lot of that farm to get his gold.
Exactly. Now, the only thing that WaterBear needs to be careful of is once he gets that challenging smite, then Mr. C can become a very strong dueling target if they meet without any sort of assistance. But WaterBear is going in on Renji.
Yeah, we do get the charm going off, but Renji is solo. Midnight Slushy has the Ignite goes down onto Midnight Slushy, but it is just enough. Both of them going down, but Midnight Slushy getting that all-important first blood. No, this is going to be slightly problematic. I'm going to end with the E on Slushy and think I was saying Renji the whole time and think I messed up. Not as bad as your Danny Phantoms, but...
Oh, that was actually painful to do. Danny Phantom going on to Danny Phantom while Danny Phantom's farming bot lane and Danny Phantom gets engaged on and Danny Phantom goes down. You're like,
You're like, wait, what?
I told Vin if that happens again, don't invite me. Because I helped him out because the second caster wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I saw that. That was just rough.
Hey, Corey, I don't think the name's updated.
The name's updated for the teams?
Correct.
Oh, that's because I have to hit this this beautiful button called transition. And there we go. Now we got it. Sensei Squad and GSM. Perfect. I forgot we were in studio mode.
Thanks, Joking Chance.
Thank you very much for the for that Joking Chance switch over. I mean, not that we don't want to see Hog play more games, right?
Hey, don't worry. You'll see a couple more next week.
No, other than just sitting in farm, like, we had that gank in the mid lane, but other than that, doesn't seem like there's a whole bunch going on. Everybody just happy to sit back and farm. Ooh, a nice little charm there from Renji. Is level 6, but doesn't quite have the damage. Didn't want to go in.
The only thing I'm starting to notice now, the more I look, is look at the ward coverage by GSM on bot side. They have the Pixel Brush pinked, they had Baron Pit warded, they have the one on bot side River for mid lane. They have that in the top side. They just have excellent ward coverage right now. You can see they're starting to stance to get ready to take this dragon.
Yeah, they are. They actually had Scuttle. Scuttle was there, giving them vision just for a little bit. It, like right as you mentioned, vision control. It vanished. So they've been doing a good job of keeping that. The only problem with it right now is they don't have vision on the actual Drake, and with that Scuttle going down, Kayn can sneak right on through.
Exactly. Both teams have the chance to go in there and solo that Drake really quickly unless the team gets vision on the pit. Master Yi can take the blast cone over, or Kayn can just walk through the wall.
And nope, nope, there, at least he does have to take the blast cone over, because they do have the wards that should spot him.
Okay.
If, well, that red ward in the river is going to be close. I don't think it'll actually make it if he hugs the pit. But we'll see what things are doing. Kayn is backing, though. It looks like they're not looking for... Nope, he's not. He's going in onto Little Falcon. Gets the challenging smite. Forces the flash.
That was a really strong move by WaterBear there. He saw his support was starting to duel it out with Little Falcon and just instantly reacted to help, forcing the flash.
You know, it's almost like these guys have played together a lot, you know, with the names WaterBear and Shroombear.
I would hope they did. If not, that's really good friends.
Yeah. Other than that, we just got, you know, two beautiful top lane tanks doing top lane tank things.
I'm pretty sure we can put on elevator music, leave it on top lane, leave a little bit, and the stream hasn't changed much.
Yep, I know, but I'm a little biased. We do get the bouncing blades coming out from Boosted Asian, and the boomerang blade taking Naked Beekeeper extremely low. Without the heal, he's going to have to be careful. The Ghoul's now going on to Jin McCain, and the Mistress is coming down as well. Doesn't have a whole lot, might have to use the Unstoppable Onslaught to get out, but good flash from Cancer Rex to stop that. WaterBear now on the back side. Looks like he wants some. He's going in the back. We're going to pan down to bot lane, because He's waiting for the wave. Cancerous Rex is pushing that in as fast as he can. But they need to be careful. Renji is coming up from the mid lane. Challenging Smite goes down. Renji misses the charm onto Cancerous Rex. Cancerous Rex is going to go down low. The ultimate is used from Water Bear. The Ignite goes down from Renji as well. Water Bear is so close but doesn't get the kill. And now in the bot lane we have another fight breaking out. Mr. Sheep ganking down on the bot side. They do get Shroom Bear. Once more though, goes in on Boosted Asian with the key strike and manages to get the double kill.
Man, Corey, Water Bear is pretty sad after what just happened down the top lane.
Oh, I would be so sad.
But then, like we just saw, Mistress Yi, most likely on their signature Master Yi,
Yep.
doing extremely strong work down bot lane with Naked Beekeeper and Little Falcon.
Yeah, no, that's what's one of the things that, like, I don't necessarily like a Master Yi jungler because they don't bring a whole lot of CC to the party. However, Mr. Shi shows you don't necessarily need that when they're overextended and you just pump out a ton of damage. No,
that's going to be the Cloud Drake for Gecko Slammer and Armageddon.
So we're just gonna take a moment of silence for that blast cone that we happen to see.
Poor Water Bear.
Poor Water Bear. But no, good job on the charm there from Renji, not allowing Midnight Slushy to take that path, that Icy Claw to the other side, maybe getting a chance for a good route and more damage.
A lot of strong damage coming out of this Yorick right now. Poking out with his mist, letting his ghouls jump onto him. It's a not fun combo to land against, I can tell you that.
No, it's not, especially with, I mean, I know that they just changed Conqueror, and I know that the ghouls only give one proc to the Conqueror, but still, just laning against that in general has to seem really cancerous. But now we have Water Bear going in, the flash, but it doesn't stop the ult, and Water Bear picks up the kill. Unfortunately, Midnight Slushy getting the turret aggro as well. Oh, we got a little bit of skirmish going down here in the bot, but nothing's coming out of it, unfortunately. We know we like those bloody games, don't we?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a... Oh, but here we go. Jin McCain going up for double knockup on Water Bear and Cancerous Rex. Master Shi going in, trying to see what she can find. Chasing down Cancerous Rex into the top side of the jungle. Waiting for Alpha Strike, goes in, secures a double kill.
Yeah, it's Alpha Strike, not Key Strike. Why did I say Key Strike earlier? Probably because it's probably because I'm a small brain Shen player, and small brain Shen player from before Shen got reworked.
Member chat, Hog merch, promo code Big Brain.
Big Brain. All caps, space in between all the letters.
Unfortunately, possibilities is not allowed. I got vetoed.
The
possibilities were endless of the memes, and they just said no.
I asked. I had your back on that one. No, right now that we do see GSM doing sort of what they wanted to, getting a little bit of a lead, getting Mr. Shi ahead in terms of that gold, and we also see, even though it's assists, they are getting ahead in the bot side. And then we also see mid laner Renji getting ahead of Midnight Slushy, which is also good. That's what they need if we were going to say before is spur this mid game into a late game lead. Oh, that damage onto Midnight Slushy though. We do see a gank in the top lane as well as a fight in the bottom lane. Everything going out, the Ignite onto Shroom Bear, and Little Falcon takes it with an auto attack. On the other side, Mr. Shi unstoppable, taking down Cancerous Rex.
This is one of the worries.
Oh no, here we go. In the mid lane, there's still more. Renji does go down to an auto attack from Midnight Slushy. And Water Bear now chasing after Naked Beekeeper, who really wants Boosted Asian. Unfortunately, that greed and tunnel vision got him killed.
It's hard to get a word in without watching someone die on this game right now.
I know.
There's just so much bloodshed going.
Hopefully it's calming down a little bit here right now, and we do see first turret going down to the top side. Little Falcon, though, I don't necessarily know if that's where you want to be.
Well, we're going to teleport coming in from Naked Beekeeper.
Yeah, we do. Fortunately, Naked Beekeeper was able to teleport in. and dissuade any sort of dive. Because once that bubble missed, there was nothing stopping Water Bear and Boosted Asian from doing that dive, especially with Shroom Bear coming up the backside with the Wambulance.
I'd like to see where this Herald can be used at, because once they get a hold of that, as we've seen in past couple games this weekend, it can be used to crack open those hard-to-take towers. Could be mid, might be able to finish off bot. We'll have to see where GSM wants to use it.
Yeah, we will. It could be used a number of places. We see Mr. Shi going ahead and picking that up, which is definitely good. Mr. Shi's been ganking a lot of the lanes here, getting a lot of kills. So, you know, just gank a lane, kill the laner, drop the Herald, easy gold.
Exactly. Kind of see what he wants to do with that that Herald in the next couple of minutes. So we're looking at about a 3.5K gold lead right now coming out of Gecko Slammer Armageddon. If you want to pull up the gold real quick, Corey, we can
do that. We can take a look at the gold here. Let me there we go. Let's pull up that gold score here.
All right, so what we're seeing right now is, wow, a dominant lead coming out for Jin McCain, up 1,600 gold over Cancerous Rex.
Yeah, and that's got to be, in big case, from all of those assists that he's got, that's a bunch of assists. And
that's going to be where the biggest payover would be. Then bot lane, or the support up, the little Falcon, 600 gold over Shroom Bear.
Now that is a lot. There's not a huge difference in the mid lane, just because we see that Midnight Slushy's doing such a good job farming on this Lissandra pick.
And this is what Slushy needs. He needs to scale further into the mid game, getting closer to the late game, because that's what Lissandra needs in order to get that killing power and pick potential we all know so well.
So that's exactly what she needs. Get a pick, kill somebody, passive pops. Oh, yeah, you wanted to help your teammate? Nope. Oh, but a good Glacial Tomb coming out. Renji taking a lot of damage. Unfortunately, the Icy Claw already been used, and there's no follow-up available. That's a feels bad, man.
That is one big feels bad man, Corey.
But no, we're starting to see Midnight Slushy, that tankiness from the Aftershock, able to stop the early burst damage from the Ahri. And this is not looking good for her, even with that huge kill lead she had. And we do see Water Bear coming up in the top side. We have the Maiden joining the fight as well. Water Bear applying some CC. A good flash, but followed as well. The unstoppable onslaught is stopped by Kane's Humble Trespass. Was that right? Humble Trespass? I don't know.
Humble Trespass? Sure
right. I don't know. I don't play carry junglers. I'm a small brain tank jungler. But oh, Mr. G getting collapsed upon and shut down by Midnight Slushy. Good charm onto Cancerous Rex with the Ignite. Takes him down as well.
Yeah, you're right. It is Humble Trespass. I had to check just to make sure.
Sweet, because I'm a little small brain tank jungler.
Nothing wrong with tank junglers.
Oh, Midnight Slushy with the tower dive and manages to get out as well with just a sliver of health.
You gotta be careful. Midnight Slushy is getting what he wants and might be able to start flexing that Lissandra around, seeing if she can bring Cancerous Rex back into this game, allow Water Bear to get even further ahead, or even boost Station ahead from the pretty even bot lane we've been seeing.
Yeah, it's only 600 gold that separated the two of them when we looked earlier, which isn't a whole lot, you know, when it comes to like an AD carry. Especially when we see Ezreal is still waiting on that, on those power spikes. Hasn't quite finished his first item yet. And even then is still going to be waiting for that Manamune.
Exact. He had to force an early Executioner's Calling to help try to deal with Shroom Bear's Soraka. Oh, but looks like Mr. G was starting to run out of time on the Herald, so ended up having to drop in bot lane.
That was. Unfortunately, there wasn't a good chance to use it. Top lane would have been nice, but unfortunately, she got killed really early in this fight. Wasn't able to drop it. Now we see them, everyone congregating bot lane, just trying to get Herald off. But we see Water Bear in the backside exerting so much pressure that they just have to back off and be glad they got the one with it. Good dodge of that tidal wave, though, from Water Bear and Boosted Asian. They did force the flash on that. And we're back once again to our top lane fight, because that's the most interesting thing going on here right now.
It's definitely a noodle fight when it comes to top. I used to be a top laner, and all I'll say is I'm glad I went to jungle. At least there's a little bit more interaction going in my games.
There is a little bit. As much shit as I give the top laners, I still at heart am one. I'm a Shen Maokai main at heart.
Oh.
So I'm king of the of those little slappy
Not
fights.
fun to play against. But I can say that much. I played almost the exact same characters, but Renji's looking to find Water Bear.
It does go in. The Umbral Trespass is out. Hasn't used the charm yet. Good hold on that. And he just misses, just out of range of Water Bear. Good knockups as well, and the stun coming in. And we see Mr. Shi going down. Midnight Slushy, though, on the backside is going to get caught by the ebb and flow. So good cleanup kill there. Follow-up kill, I should say. And keeping Renji alive.
Very much so. It was a 1-for-1. She got a shutdown on Midnight Slushy and I don't think they got a shutdown on Mistress Yi though. So
no, I think Mr. Shi had already been shut down.
Right. So without a little bit more push, now that those two characters are down, Sensei Squad comes out, or Gecko Slammer Armageddon comes out on top with the shutdown gold.
Yeah, they do. However, if you look at where that shutdown gold is, it went on to Little Falcon. So not the most ideal situation.
Better heals. Better time.
Better heals. More damage on the support. Better heals.
Yeah, tell me more damage on support's not okay when you play against Zyra or Brand.
That's true. That's true.
So, Core, now that we're getting further into mid game and almost borderlining late game, what are you looking to see coming out of GSM in order to further their lead and end up closing the game out?
So what we need to look for is, I expect to see Jin McCain constantly split pushing. I expect to see Jin just doing whatever he can to bring Cancerous Rex to him, and not allowing that to roam absolutely freely. Oh, good charm there from Renji. Is able to follow it up with the Spirit Rush and get the kill. But things like that is exactly what they need. I hadn't quite said it yet, but we're looking for Ahri to roam between the lanes, getting kills in the jungle, allowing them just to further use lane dominance to keep pushing these towers and keep getting everything. Because with Midnight Slushy down, and then we see Water Bear up at the top wanting to help Cancerous Rex, all Mr. Shi needs to do is just pop out of the jungle, and that's a free turret.
Exactly. That's what these teams are looking for right now. I think the only way that Sensei Squad has a chance of getting back in this game is Cancerous Rex has to farm up. He has to start focusing on these tanky items in order to be more useful in these team fights. Water Bear has to start putting some more flex around the rest of his team and stop focusing so much on the Jin McCain. I understand they got to stop the push, but he has to get Boosted Asian in this game. Once Sivir gets in this game in the late game fights, that's going to be the massive damage change they need.
It's a good flash from Cancerous Rex. So Maiden comes out. This is going to do a little bit of healing, but Shroom Bear there with the massive ultimate coming out. Jim McCain, though, about half health, getting healed up by the Redemption, but the Glacial Tomb comes out. Jim McCain is going down, and the Umbral Trespass onto Little Falcon. Water Bear does get hit by the bubble, but the knockup is too much for the Nami, and she does go down. And so that is 3 unanswered kills there for Sensei Squad.
I won't lie, I just sat there with my mouth open watching what happened.
That was pretty good. I gotta say, really good rotation there from Midnight Slushy.
Exactly, and that was a really strong save by Water Bear on the Cancerous Rex, keeping that Mistress Yi and Jin off of him, Jin McCain off of him.
You know, with this name, I still expect to see a Jin or a Kane top. Like I'm just like it needs to happen. Please.
We'll make sure. We'll reach out.
All right. No, Water Bear going in, gets the challenging smite onto Renji. The charm misses, and so does that knockup as well, unfortunately. So nothing gonna come out of that except for just a little fun, hitting each other around.
looking at the CS differences, top lane is still neck and neck. Hasn't really changed much. Water Bear has a slight advantage. And then Midnight Slushy still doing excellent on farm, as we've been talked about earlier. Just excellent on that character. Naked Beekeeper and Boosted Asian staying pretty close to each other, maybe a wave ahead for either of them throughout the game. This is a pretty even matchup, even with the gold lead now shortening to only 1.5k.
There you go. That was a pretty cheeky steal, but now we see Mr. G going in onto Shroombear, and this is what you want. But unfortunately, great peel though. And we see Mr. Shi going down, Boosted Asian doing a great job applying that CC, getting the kill on to Little Falcon as well. In the backside now, Jin McCain has to flash. Kane getting the heal by going into the wall. And now the Yorick walls trap McCain in there, not allowing him to lifesteal in his glory beyond death.
Sensei squad's going to be looking to go Baron here.
They are. Naked Beekeeper is low. Midnight Slushy just needs, like, half of a round of spells to knock him out. That, or you can just shove the wave, force him under turret. They don't necessarily need him. Shroombear about to heal up. They do have a lot of healing now from that Raka, and they could just slowly burn this down.
Gotta hurry, Mr. She's on the way.
Shroombear, no, don't stand close enough. Oh, we got the back. Oh, Cancerous Rex. It was a good effort, but unfortunately it gets tagged in the backing process.
The Mystic Shot coming out of Naked Beekeeper secured the kill for Gecko Slammer Armageddon right there.
That's a big brain play there from Naked Beekeeper. Big brain
plays. Cancerous Rex got rigatoni wrecked by Gecko Slammer Armageddon.
He did. So it looks like, even though, you know, Sensei Squad has the Baron, you just see these constant, like, they're just constantly, we see GSM taking control of their jungle still, all the same. And now they're in prime position for this Drake, which, was it a Cloud Drake? I couldn't.
It's a Earth Drake.
Or it's an Earth Drake. I couldn't tell what it was as it was coming down. I just saw
honestly looked at the stream for the slight delay, and I saw an Earth Wing as I
nice.
Panned over.
I just saw a wing fly down and guessed.
So now that's the 4th Drake for Gecko Slammer Armageddon here. There should be one more Drake that'll come up before Elder.
Yep, because it's pre-30.
Pre-30, exactly. So that'll allow them to scale even further into this late game. Sensei Squad has to get a decisive play with this Baron to see if they can try to drag themselves back ahead. They have a lead in gold right now, but they need to, like we talked about, Boosted Asian has to get up these farms. He got 2 kills last time, but he has to get these items in order to start ripping through the enemy team.
Yeah, he is. I'm going to only assume that that BF sword is going to turn into an Infinity Edge, which I really hope it does, just allowing those big crits from the bouncing blades to go through. But no, other than that, just like you were saying, these 4 Drakes, possibly even a 5th, is going to be huge for GSM. They're going to be looking for an Elder. That will be their win condition.
Very much so. If they don't find a really strong pick with Renji's Ari or maybe a strong knockup from Jin McCain, their win condition is just to wait it out, get Elder, and then just force their way down.
I see a possible fight getting ready in the bot side, but it looks like everyone backs out. Good job of Sensei Squad being like, hey, we saw Naked Beekeeper backing off the mid lane. That's going to be a 4v3, and we do not want to take that. Now, like you were saying earlier, Cancerous Rex needing to make sure he gets those tanky items. With that Jarm's Fist, he is a lot tankier now.
Very much so. And that allowed him to sit there and just duel it out with Jin McCain, as before he was falling behind because there's no way he could walk up into Sion.
Yeah, Water Bear there knows he's been seen, does get hit by the charm. His knockup doesn't land, but he's tanky enough that he survives. And Boosted Asian on the backside just unloading onto Renji. Just some bot lane ultimates going out, but to no avail. Are just trying to clear that wave and save the turret.
Sensei Squad looking to see who they can find as they start working their way bot lane to help Midnight Slushy. See if they can kind of pressure this inhibitor turret.
The Baron is gone, so it's going to be a little rough for them. Especially, I think they should go back. They should push that mid lane, especially with that turret being so low.
Exactly. They push that in just as furthers and furthers the time they have until they can start building up. Because they have to make sure that Gecko Slammers do not get these next 2 Drakes. Once they get Elder and 1 more Drake, this game turns into a very difficult time.
Yeah, they do. And Elder, say we have 1 more Drake and Baron right now spawning up at about the same time. But the charge misses onto Cancer Shreks. We have the Spirit Rush going on. He goes in, realizes he doesn't quite want that. And then the charm once again going wide.
Do you think we might see a macro play here coming out of our 2 teams whenever they might lean to go trade a Baron for an Elder Drake?
That's what I'm thinking, because we very much know that this Drake here, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna cheat and we're gonna pan on down over here real quick. It is a Cloud Drake. Oh no, here now we see Mr. Shi going in on Midnight Slushy. The flash to follow the claw, but not enough whenever you flash Midnight Slushy. You can't flash an auto attack. No. Mr. Shi coming out on top.
Talked about that last week. Targeted abilities just do something to League players, and we forget we don't dodge those very well.
No, we don't. I don't think it helped that I think that auto attack might have been the say, because I think it's every 4 he gets that double crit, that double hit, and I think that was the double hit. There was a lot of damage coming out from that last auto attack. So yeah, good question from the chat. I'm going to pose this one to you, Pasta Boy. Why do we think Mr. Shi does not quite have that QSS yet?
I think Mr. Shi is going for more of just a fast burst build. Obviously, it's not exactly what they're looking for. He rushed the Spear of Sojin and the Ginsu's Rage Blade. But without the QSS, he's not going to be as effective in these fights against Midnight Slushy, the knockup from Water Bear, or even the root coming out from Shroom Bear.
Renji using the Spirit Rush there. Good job. They almost caught out Boosted Asian. No, the flash is going everywhere. Good attempt there on the flash charm from Renji. Quick fingers from Shroom Bear on the follow-up. We do see that Drake coming up. It looks like rather than going for the Baron, they're going to contest this and fight it out.
I think Sensei Squad's here just trying to make sure that they don't get any more dragons before Elder comes up.
There are Midnight Slushy going in. Does catch Little Falcon on the side. Ults herself. And now we see Jin McCain coming in. Mr. Shi is extremely low as Water Bear comes out of the Guardian Angel. Naked Beekeeper has to Arcane Shift out. And we see Midnight Slushy taking the claw onto the backside of the fight. Boosted Asian chasing down Renji while Jin McCain is trying to get something on the backside as well as get out. But Midnight Slushy gets a good claw. Oh, unfortunately, good attempt with the Blast Cone trying to knock Jin McCain away. We do see Naked Beekeeper getting away. Midnight Slushy was not able to quite get him. But now they're going to take this. They're going to rotate up to the Baron and get both objectives off of that team fight.
Exactly. This is what Sensei Squad wants. They're doing these massive macro plays we talked about. We'll see what they can get with this next Baron. Boosted Asian getting the kills we've seen, and now just doing massive damage in these fights and against Baron.
Yeah, and right now everybody's so tanky. Even this is, I'll say, Midnight Slushy needing to get out the backside of the pit. Shroom Bear's like, wait for me, I'm coming. I'm going to heal you. Let me do my job.
I'll be back in one quick second, Corey.
All right, sounds good. All right, we do see teams grouping up. It looks like we have Sensei Squad getting that hard reset and then going to set up in that 1-4 Gonna use Cancerous Rex in the top lane just to push that down with the Baron buff. Wave clear not quite as effective from Jim McCain and Naked Beekeeper, so they're gonna have to be careful. We see Renji coming up to help out, but even then, having some AP is not gonna help too much against these Baron-powered minions.
Exactly. This is what we're looking to see come out. Sensei Squad forcing their way into the lanes, and it's going to take a lot of members of Gecko Slam Armageddon to help stop these pushes. These Baron minions are so strong.
But Water Bear, they outwin the side. Going to go straight onto Master Yi with the Humble Trespass, and does go down with the Glacial Tomb. Midnight Slushy getting... Oh, it wasn't Midnight Slushy, but Midnight Slushy gets this one as well onto the Ezreal and getting the turret on the backside of the fight. And another turret here. They could look to end this game right here with 40 seconds on the death timers. I don't think Jin McCain can stop this.
I don't think he can. This team is just going to force their way into the base, start cracking up these Nexus towers with that Baron minions. Now they're going to take the Nexus and secure the win for Sensei Squad.
Yeah, they do a great job from Sensei Squad. They didn't have the best early game altogether. At least in every lane, we saw Mr. Shi getting really far ahead, along with Renji, Naked Beekeeper, and Little Falcon, getting a bit of an early lead. But good job from Water Bear and Midnight Slushy bringing this game back.
This is what we're talking about. Even if you lose lane phase, it happens, but these massive macro plays coming out of Sensei Squad secured them to win. Corey, in your opinion, who is the big brain player for this game?
Oh. It's really tough. I'm going to give it over to... I'm going to give mine to Water Bear. As much trouble as I gave him for sticking around top lane and not necessarily helping out Boosted Asian and Shroom Bear, that did allow him to stay mid a lot and help out Midnight Slushy. So he did do a good job helping Midnight Slushy get back in this game and from that early deficit.
Exactly. I'd have to agree with you. Water Bear really, even with those repeat ganks top lane, Water Bear had extremely strong presence across the map, allowed Midnight Slushy to get even further and further ahead. And once he got Boosted Asian and Shroom Bear out of that really long lane phase against Naked Beekeeper and Little Falcon, got him kills, secured when he went over to the Ross side of Kane, and really just allowed his team to push further and further with that CC.
Yep. A good game, though, overall. It looks... we're going to take a quick little break and then come back to you guys with our next game, which is going to be the Meat Beats versus Team Name here. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Here we go, and we are back. I've got a beautiful picture of our Linguini Lord Pasta Boy here sent over. Now he's actually here. You know, he's actually right here sitting next to me. Don't let him fool you. I need to, real quick here, I need to unmute the man so you can hear his opinion on this on his beautiful self.
So, that's right, Corey. I decided to come up here and join you. And
that's what I hear.
it wasn't had to, man.
Dude, was fun drive? 5-minute drive?
Bad. It was about a 5-minute drive from me down here in Texas up to you. Wasn't that bad?
There you go.
You know, it's a good time to come join in on the stream and be here with you, Corey.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So right now we are about to kick things off with our next game, which was, I said it was team name here, and what was that?
The Meat Beats.
The Meat Beats, that was it. I'm not gonna lie, making sure I got your picture up, and here was definitely top priority. Because that's all that matters here. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into game. I'm in the process of changing these blue-red as we speak, so those will change in just a moment. But we'll go ahead and get started. This time I will go ahead and take the blue side with team name here. We've got Rar, I'm Reptar in the top lane looking for some super plays on the Rumble. Baby Carrot in the jungle on the Olaf. Ethereum in the mid lane playing Vel'Koz. Karsta playing Callista, which is his namesake, in the bot lane. And Captain Melonhead on the Thresh support.
All right, and for the Meat Beats up top, we have Trance VR on Shen, Black GTO on Kha'Zix, Seismic on the Zillion, Biscuit on Lucian. We decided to go ahead and say that was Biscuit, and Spoon Crush on Nami. Hey, Corey, we need to change it over real quick. There you go, the transition.
I just got it.
There we go. The Meat Beats looking for those strong plays with the Seismic on Zillion mid, as well as getting some picks where you can from Kha'Zix with Black GTO.
Yeah, no, there's going to be a lot of... I foresee this, what's going to happen a lot is we're going to have Seismic going, or either what's going to happen is Black GTO is going to go in, Seismic is going to drop the bombs and the stun right on that, Trans VR going to ult onto Black GTO. The only problem is they got to be careful. Ethereum going to be able to cast a very long ultimate and very long abilities, well, right into the back lane. So Biscuit and Spoon Crush are going to have to be careful on the backside of the fights.
And this will be on the 9.4 patch. You can see, just because looking at Olaf, he has the graphic updates that they did to his kit.
Yes. That's something that we did forget to mention in our last game. That was on the previous patch, so that was still not quite up to date. These next two games that we're showing you will be on the current patch.
What are you looking to see come here from Team Name here with this team comp?
Well, with Team Name here, what I'm looking for is I see a very team fight. It's almost like a team fight / pick. They're hoping to get a pick to start off the team fight and then just barrel that into the rest.
I would definitely agree. Baby Carrot with the Predator on Olaf is looking to just get in there as fast as he can, and with Karasuda on Callista, looking to throw Captain Melonhead deeper with his ult and just really force it in while Ethereum can pick and poke away as he needs to.
And then we have Rar and Reptar on the backside just throwing out the Equalizer, going to do so much damage to the back line and cutting off escapes.
Definitely going to be an interesting game where both team comps excel in certain ways and have flaws in both ways. And I'm ready to see where this game's going to go and who's going to take the victory between Team Name here and the Meat Beats.
Yeah, so they're both very much, we want to kill off one of your teams so we can kill off the other. However, we have Team Name here doing the, I want to pick your teammate out and do it that way, whereas we see the Meat Beats just as, I'm going to run at your face and kill you before you have time to do anything.
Exactly.
Oh, a good catch onto Baby Carrot. We have Black GTO and Trans VR there. Flash coming out from both Trans VR and Baby Carrot. And Black GTO leaping for that first kill. Oh,
But
do you see
Ethereum
it?
and Raw and Reptar are trying to see what they can do to help secure that blue buff for Baby Carrot.
Yeah, they do. They did do a good job, but we see Seismic coming in as TransVR shadow dashes away.
Looking right now, the farm is pretty equal all the way across the board. Strong CS from both sides. All solo laners looking pretty even. They're just trying to see what they can do now that they have that kill from Baby Carrot down for Team Name here.
Yeah, Team Name here is hoping to. I mean, a 6-farm jungle isn't a whole lot in the. 6-farm lead in your jungle is not that big of a deal, but there is a lot of gold going with that first blood kill that they're going to want to use on Black GTO.
And this is where Kha'Zix needs to start flexing that really strong damage that he gets in the early game. I mean, he can just really get in Baby Carrot's jungle and fight him all the time. This is when he has to be careful and be aware that finding a Kha'Zix in the jungle early is not what he wants right now.
No, it's not necessarily what he wants at all. Even though he doesn't have the empowered Q, there's still a challenging smite to nothing, which is going to be extremely detrimental for Baby Carrot.
Ethereum starting to get a bit of a farm lead, 9 CS in, but TransVR is going to go ahead and taunt Rar and Reptar and try to get a little bit of damage off before Rar and Reptar gets a lot of damage back against Trans.
Yeah, that's the one problem when you're playing against a Rumble. You want to go in there and you're like, hey, yeah, I just, I'll pop my Spirit's Refuge. But that doesn't work when he just sits there with his Flame Spitter. We see Baby Carrot, though, popping the Predator, dodges the bubble and going right onto Spoon Crush. But there's so much damage on the return. And Biscuit gets the kill. We see 2 teleports coming down. Those are uncancelable now. Seismic caught on the wrong side of this. And Rar and Reptar going in. They're going on to Black GTO. Karasuta getting the kill. So a lot going on there. A lot of TPs used. TransVR knowing, hey, I'm going to be late to this fight, just uses his TP to go back up to the top lane and get push that turret in, because Raw and Reptar is going to take a hot minute to get back.
Exactly. This is where TransVR needs to start pushing these waves in, get that wave to crash into the tower, abuse that teleport and get himself farmed up a little bit tankier. That way he can actually fight Raw and Reptar in these duels.
Yeah, and he is now level 6, which means that we have the Shen Stand United, which is basically a teleport anyway, so him using the teleport to go back to lane was not a big deal at all.
Exactly. This is where you need to be more careful, because Black GTO can get TransVR into these jungle picks, or even help out Biscuit and Spoon Crush down the bot lane in case they get a little bit too deep.
Yeah, they do, and this is really unfortunate now if you're Baby Carrot. You're 0-2 right now. You're down to Black GTO. You want to go farm, but honestly, you're worried that you can't. TransVR taking a lot of return damage from that flamethrower, but doing a lot of damage in return with that Spirit Sword.
So the way it's going right now, you can see how Vision's set up. The meat beats are prioritizing that top side of the map, while it looks like they're getting pink wards and the pixel brush on the bottom side for Team Name here. Obviously, Baby Carrot's looking to get more of the dragon pressure and bot side pressure. What do you think that the meat beats are looking to do here?
I think what the meat beats are trying to do is they're trying to invade more. They almost had that blue buff last time. I very easily see Black GTO making a return back. He has the ward on it. He's trying to get that timer. So he's trying to keep an eye on that topside jungle and just bully Baby Carrot out even more.
Looking around, Ethereum starting to pull ahead. He has 12 farm up, or now 11 over Seismic. Seismic is doing pretty good, though, helping out his team with the roams that he needs to put pressure, even without exactly getting a gank off, except for that one down bot lane.
Yeah, so this is a good point chat brought up for discussion about Conquer on Rumble. I know I realize I mentioned a little early last time. Last game we didn't have the Conqueror changes. because that was still in the old patch, but now we do have the new Conqueror changes, and we see it being showcased on Raw Reptar's Rumble.
I would say it could be a really strong pick against Raw Reptar. It'll allow him to get a couple stacks off. I'm not sure if it'll charge off of the Flame Spitter, but it looks like we're going to have a fight bot lane.
Oh, we do. Karsuta getting killed by the culling. Good cancel then as well from Biscuit to get more damage onto Captain Melonhead. Yeah, no, I think, honestly, you're right. It does depend on if it counts. Ooh, but a good burn from the Equalizer, and Ram Reptar is getting the kill up there. All right, so we have confirmed in the chat it does charge with the Flame Spitter. The Flame Spitter damage does give it multiple stacks.
Okay, then I would
say it's worth it. Yeah,
pretty good on Raw Reptar's Rumble.
So it charges slowly, 1 tick for every 5 seconds, which it's not bad. I still personally like the Electrocute, but that's just me. It's a lot of extra damage whenever you're looking for a trade. Oh, good stun from Seismic with the double bomb. Captain Melonhead having to flash away, but just enough damage from that time bomb.
So we talked about Seismic can make really strong picks here with going with double bombs on Zillion, as well as having the supportive ult. This is what Seismic wants. He's making the plays. He's showing that even though it's a supportive type character in the mid lane, he can still make a lot of damage and a lot of really good decisive plays.
Yeah, he can, and with that, it does allow the Meat Beats to transition over to this Drake. There's not a whole lot that can go on. Carson knows the little ghoul spotted them out, but not able to do a lot as the smite goes down. Baby Carrot on the top side, trying to secure this, secure Rift Herald as a small little consolation. We'll see if he should manage to pick that up. With Black GTO in the bot side, no one else looking like they're going to join.
I'm ready to see what Biscuit can do. As you remember, Bug7 and you as well talked about how strong he was last time whenever he played. I believe it was his Jinx. So now I'm ready to see what he can do with a little bit more mobile of an AD carry. He already has 2 early kills, well of an assist, building up a bit of a CS lead against Karasuda. I'm ready to see where he can go into this game.
He is Raw and Reptar, good taunt. TransVR using these taunts really well, dodging a lot of the Flame Spitter damage. But now we got to slow onto Ethereum. The double bombs are flash, and we return it with the Disintegration Ray, and Black GTO, it almost goes down. The ultimate from Seismic, ensuring that he stays alive.
Now that ultimate from Seismic's out, Ethereum's going to look to start poking him out even more and see if he can get an early kill by popping through his passive. This is what he wants. Now Raw and Reptar here with a massive equalizer, but he can be saved from staying united with TransVR.
Yeah, it was. The flash as well. And a little bit, the placement there on that equalizer was a little off. Should have gone back towards the turret as opposed to in towards the lane. That's the direction you want to predict where they're going to be running. No, but we do see a gank attempt in the bot lane. Baby Carrot running around trying to get something. But good job of the Meat Beats bot lane for backing away, having that vision control and knowing exactly what's going on.
We're seeing about a little over 1,000 gold lead for the Meat Beats right now. We'll pull up the gold real quick. We can kind of take a look and see exactly this gold is heavy centric on.
Yeah, we got whoop. When I go for the keyboard and I hit the mouse, rip. Anyway, here we go. We've got these gold counts right here.
Looks like the majority of this gold lead right now is on Biscuit. He has a 700 gold lead over Karasuda right now. Looking to see where he can kind of make these pressures at. A 600 gold lead coming across on Black GTO over Baby Carrot, as well as a slight gold lead from Seismic over Ethereum.
Yeah, we do. There's that little bit of gold we've got over Black GTO on Baby Carrot. A lot of that is probably from that first blood. He does have a little bit of a farm lead and an assist, but the majority of that, I think, came from that early kill he got onto Baby Carrot. But so hasn't done a whole lot more since then.
Look at Spoon Crush leading by almost 700 gold over Captain Melonhead right now. We're going to see what they can do in this fight bot lane.
Coley coming out. A good stopwatch from Melonhead to block the damage from the majority of that. Oh, and just so much damage coming out from Biscuit. Getting all of those passive pops. Extra auto attacks doing so much. See Raw and Reptar going low. Does have the equalizer. Decides to drop it now. TransVR is going down, and the teleport from Seismic is on the way. Does get the stun onto Baby Carrot. The Ragnarok is down, so he's forced to flash. Black GTO, good block from Raw and Reptar, allowing Baby Carrot to stay alive. But the Chrono Break allows Black GTO to stay alive, even though he's being chased by Reptar. And on the backside of all that, they get a turret. Good job, Rift Herald.
We saw first turret got taken bot lane with Biscuit as well as Spoon Crush, and this is going to allow them to start putting a little bit more further, allow them to start flexing their strength a little bit more. That's a really strong bot lane. We saw a lot of damage coming out from Biscuit. They're going to start seeing wherever they're going to start putting this high damage carry.
There they are. Biscuit ahead right now. We can see in the CS department. Allows them to finish that item before Karasuta does. Does have that finished Bork while his opponent is sitting just on the Cutlass and Recurve Bow.
Drake coming up in the next 15 seconds. We're going to see which team starts moving their way down there. Both teams have really good ward coverage. They're going to start seeing who's going to go first, who's going to break before the teams have to force a fight near the Dragon Pit.
We see Raw and Reptar clearing out that one vision ward. However, he doesn't spot the one on the bottom side, so they're going to know things are still around, still up. TransVR looking to do a lot of damage with that Spirit Blade. Good stun on the side of Seismic, forcing Ethereum off. He's under half health, but that doesn't matter too much for him. He's just going to sit back with the Disintegration Ray, and there it goes, going on to Black GTO. And that is a kill on the Meat Beach Jungler, which means they have to back off of this Drake. But TransVR goes in, getting a lot of damage onto Raw Arm Reptar. Shield coming out, but it's not enough. We have Baby Carrot going unstoppable, running around the pit, trying to get TransVR. And there's so many stacks on him right now. Karasuta doing so much damage with the Ren, getting a bunch of kills, getting the Resurrection, and now turning on to Biscuit, getting all these kills, flashing forward, trying to get Seismic, but he has run away.
Massive damage coming out of Karasuta there on his Callista. And that totally turned the fight. Once he had enough stacks, he ripped through TransVR, immediately transferred over to Spoon Crush, ripped him open, and then the nice knockup from Ethereum was just what he needed for the kill on Biscuit.
He was sending the spear through TransVR, trying to getting that transfer of stacks, which just allows so much damage. Then the instant kill then onto Spoon Crush. That got rid of so much healing, which allowed him to then get Biscuit as well as almost Seismic on the backside. TransVR
pressure, they're gonna be able to take that bottom turret.
Yeah, they do. And TransVR, good itemization. Rather than doing, getting the regular Shin build, just being disrespectful of this Rumble, does have the adaptive helm. So that is going to help reduce a lot of the damage in these fights coming from Raw Arm Reptar and a little bit from Ethereum as well. Oh, absolutely so much damage. Completely blown up by Biscuit. Didn't even have the reaction time to click the Lantern.
And so we talked about Biscuit's going to be able to start building up his damage lead, just start really flexing. If anyone takes a misstep at all, Biscuit can just melt through them so fast.
Red carpet being laid out. The minions are not going to be long to survive. But Baby Carrot needs to be careful. Black GTO is on the backside, and they looked like they wanted to try something there.
So based off of the itemization you're seeing on the team name here, what do you think they're looking to go for? You saw that Raw Arm Reptar got the early Haunting guys and the Blasting Wand, as well as Ethereum with the early Ludens and the Dark Seal, while Callistus obviously has to prioritize more attack speed than Biscuit does. What are you looking to see in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so out of these teams?
Well, what I'm hoping to see is first off, we really want to see Rumble finish off that first item. Yes, he's strong on individual items, but the moment he gets that Leandries, he just becomes so much more of a powerhouse. So I want to see that finished as soon as possible. Get him as much farm as they can, and we see him going bot lane, getting that right now. Other than that, I expect to see a lot of damage being pumped out from Ethereum. Note that Luden's Echo going to be doing a lot of splash damage. We need to see that getting out a bunch of damage onto Seismic and onto Biscuit before they start doing any sort of team fighting.
Exactly. Ethereum's a really strong control mage player. He's going to start poking out what he can on Biscuit as well as Seismic and seeing what they can find in these next couple fights. Coming from the meat beats, Biscuit's just building out the Blade of the Ruined King into the Black Cleaver. Going to do a lot of damage in this next fights. Obviously, Black GTO prioritizing those really high lethality items and just trying to get the Trans VR really tanky. This team's looking to try to get these fights in pretty soon, but we'll see what's going to happen within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
I'll say a lot of damage there onto Seismic. There is, oh, good stun as well on to Ethereum, getting just the edge of that bomb. You don't have to be right in the, you don't have to be right in the middle of that time bomb. You could be on the edge of it too to get stunned.
We have summoners up from almost every single laner. We're going to see what's going to happen with these two massive powerhouses in the bot lane from the top side map. Sorry, top laners in the bot side map.
Yeah, Rar and Reptar wanting to fight this, but the Adaptive Helm doing so much for Trans VR. There's a lot of damage coming out. But even though, all the same, that Leandry starting to just completely burn through him. Equalizer slowing him down just long enough for him to get there. Good Spirit Rush, or Good Spirit's Refuge, unfortunately cannot block the missiles. So with that kill onto Trans VR, we're gonna see, we're seeing Team Name here look towards that mid turret and possibly more. They're not gonna go ahead and go to mid lane, but we see the Drake is coming up in 15 seconds. They might look to get some priority vision on that.
Looking to see which team's going to be able to secure this next Drake, because this next Drake alone, with being a Cloud Drake, is going to allow both teams to really emphasize that Black GTO will be able to roam a little bit more to get more kills, Baby Carrot able to move faster, Karasuda looking to roam a little bit quicker. This is what these teams are. This is a Drake that a lot of people don't think is all that important, but it's going to allow both these teams to get these wide macro rotations that they really need in these next couple minutes.
Yeah, they do. Seismic on the backside looking to stun up Baby Carrot and keep him out of the fight. We see Trans VR going in, getting the taunt on Rar and Reptar. Good flash, keeps him alive, but Biscuit flashing to follow up, getting so much damage. Now jumps onto Karsuta, forces the heal and the flash from him as well. And with the extra damage, Black GTO just launches his abilities at him. Biscuit, aggressive move forward from Biscuit, popping the barrier from Ethereum, unable to get that kill.
We're starting to see, even though that Team Name here has a tower over the Meat Beats, the gold lead is now starting to pull away. The Meat Beats are starting to get a little bit of a gold lead here, almost 2K, but we'll see which team's going to be able to do with this gold lead, even though it's so slight.
It is slight, but just as Mortally Divine mentions in the chat, we have it in the right places on the Meat Beats. Say we could pan over here real quick and see that the gold, well, actually, the gold lead isn't very big for the 80 carry like I thought it would be, but we do see a lot of gold in the mid lane. We see gold in the jungle up, which is exactly where we need those gold leads to be.
Exactly. That's going to be the guys to look at. As we talked about earlier, Black GTO looking to get those strong picks, maybe pick out Karasuda or Ethereum if they take one step too far, as well as Baby Carrot able to rush straight in. Seismic with the massive ult and double stuns, and Ethereum just poking him out with his control mage.
It looks like they're trying to set up the Baron dance. They don't necessarily know that. A good taunt from TransVR, using the Blast Cone to knock Raw and Reptar back into his own team. Using the Equalizer, he's trying to get away, but the burn is not quite enough with the shield and the great culling from Biscuit on the backside.
Now that Raw and Reptar's down, Team Name here has to be careful.
They do, but they go in. Seismic having to use the ultimate on himself, but Thresh goes down in the process, sacrificing himself. Ethereum having to use the Hourglass and flash away to under his own turret, but Biscuit doesn't care, just going right in. The heal from Spoon Crush and the Ebb and Flow keeping him alive.
And that's a really strong set of picks. That's a 4-for-1 for the Meat Beats now. They can be able to start pressuring this top turret and most likely get it with Biscuit's damage coming out right now.
Yeah, they can, and this is one big thing we didn't mention earlier. Even especially, this is part of the big Zilean support mindset. Even though he's in the mid lane, still has a whole bunch of experience to give out to his team through his passive. And every time we see him linking onto Spoon Crush, giving this support of his the extra level advantage on Captain Melonhead.
Now we're seeing his Dominance team both trying to get vision control onto this Baron pit, looking to see who can be able to start rushing it down once a jungler pick is made.
They do. Drake is up in a minute 30, so both teams will want to have a look at that at least, but right now Baron is the most important thing on the map. Vision being fought over, and the scuttle does go to the Meat Beach, which is big for them. The only ward that's left for Team Name here is the one that's right inside the pit itself. Baby Carrot going through now, trying to clear some vision.
That's the scuttle secure out of the Meat Beast. They pretty much have a little bit of a permanent ward, at least for a little while. They're looking to see what they can start doing with this vision control. Both teams are trying to prioritize. You see TransVR going to the bot because he has Stand United up, I believe.
No, not quite
yet.
No,
not quite yet.
It's almost there. Rar and Reptar does have the TP here in just a couple seconds, but he is... Now he's backing. He's looking to go and match TransVR with his TP up. But wait, no, we get the good hook from Captain Melonhead being pulled back and shot back out from Karasuta. All this damage coming out. Biscuit getting heals, and the Chrono Break goes down. He has to be careful. Is shut down by Roararm Reptar. Good Flame Spitter Hourglass combo.
Now with those two picks, they're looking to see what they can start doing and see if that's to this Baron. They have to be careful though. Seismic can get a double stun off in the pit and do a lot more damage than they're going to be expecting.
He did right there, just got it, and we see the Baron just completely doing a lot of damage to Baby Carrot. He needs to be careful with that splash damage. And that is a great dissuasion from the Baron on the side of the Meat Beats. With that, we see them start moving down to the bottom side. They might look to secure this Cloud Drake, which two speedy dragons is going to do them a lot of good.
Exactly. That Cloud Drake is going to be really strong, and if they get a second one, like we talked about, it's going to allow these teams to roam around even farther along the map. Easy secure coming out from Black TTO with the damage from Seismic as well as Biscuit.
As they get that very easily. This is going to allow Biscuit to be even more of a force running around these team fights because it gives in and out of combat movement speed. So we're going to see him be even more untouchable than he was. We do see Team Name here not afraid, running right back into that Baron Pit area with the Sentinel leading the way, trying to re-clear out some of this vision.
What are you looking to see here now that both teams have pretty strong vision control on this Baron? Obviously, Team Name here only has wards on the pit, but they're going to look to see what they can start doing with the Callista Ghost as well as everything else. What do you think the Meat Beasts need to do here to make sure they have vision control on this Baron as well as able to get these picks and force it?
Let's see, right now, we can very easily see that Team Name here has the superior control in the pit. What we need to do is, what we need to see from the Meat Beats is get vision control around the Baron. So, sort of the, alright, we know that they're at the Baron, and then at which point we can just have a ward be popped into the pit to confirm that they're doing it. If you have the vision around it, then you pretty much know that they have to be there doing it if they walk past that vision. But they just go ahead and take a 4-man right into the jungle and clear it all away.
Exactly. Very dominant performance coming out from the Meat Beats and securing this vision that they really want onto this Baron Pit, because both teams have the ability to just rush it down. They have a Mountain Drake onto the Meat Beats, as well as the massive damage can come from Karasuda with her Rend.
Is they're not afraid at all. They go right in. With that 3k gold lead, they are not going to let themselves get pushed around.
Starting to see CS starting to pull away further and further. Raram Reptar with a decisive lead over TransVR, as well as Biscuit has a slight lead over Karasutra with 20 CS over. We're going to look to see what they can do with this bit of gold lead that they might have with their respective lanes.
Yeah, and that's something that we can expect from Raram Reptar. Is just going to use the Flame Spitter not only to get minions, but to deal damage to TransVR. TransVR not able to deal that much damage back to the minion wave and Rumble at the same time.
This is definitely going to be a deciding factor in the next couple of these next couple of minutes, as you have Raram Reptar with the Leandries, the Merlinomicon, and the safety pick that comes with the Zonias. And we're going to see what they can start doing with Biscuit with his Rapid Fire Cannon, Black Fever. But it also has the early Q. He has the mid to late game QSS, which is going to start saving him from Ethereum's knockups, as well as from any kind of CC that can come out from Karasuda and the rest of the team.
Good stun, and the bubble on to Baby Carrot forces the Unstoppable, but it's not enough. Biscuit doing so much damage. Just completely bursts him down. And with Baby Carrot down for Team Name here, this is exactly what the Meat Beats wants. But a great Lantern onto Spoon Crush forces the Stand United, and the Chrono Break does get revived, but that means Biscuit is going down, and Spoon Crush still goes down for all the trouble that it caused them. Great job from Captain Melonhead there, getting a great hook onto Spoon Crush.
Both these teams have really strong pick potential, and it's going to be the deciding factor in his next. Oh, wow, what a massive stun onto Ethereum, and Captain Melonhead forces them to back away even further.
Well, there it is. Good flash bomb. He knows he's dead. He just stops moving. And then Raram Reptar now getting damage. Good flash from Black GTO, and we see the Zonias coming out. Raram Reptar now shut down from the time bombs. Good attempt from Raram Reptar, but unfortunately still wasn't able to get any follow-up from his team. So the moment he came out of Golden, just still wasn't able to do much.
So much damage coming out of Seismic. Even though it's a supportive pick mid with the Zillion, he's still doing a lot of damage. They have to be careful with these choke points from Ethereum, as Raram Reptar, as well as Seismic's damage to come out.
All the flashes going right onto Karasuta, but good job popping the blast cone, but it's not enough. Biscuit just soaring, getting that extra movement speed, and the speed boost from Spoon Crush just flies right over to Karasuta and just kills him.
Team Name here looking to see what they can try to do to slow this Baron down, but it's not going to be enough with all the massive damage. A hook onto Captain Melonhead. Equalizer comes out. What are we going to see what they do? Disintegration ray onto Captain Melonhead, but Black GTO goes deep and takes out Ethereum, jumps ahead with the leap reset, takes out Captain Melonhead, and now the Meat Beats are rushing into the enemy base.
Yeah, they are. And good chrono break by Seismic to keep himself alive in this fight. Now there's all 5 members still with Baron, ready to go diving right into that mid turret. They're not worrying. Oh, that slow is so big from Seismic, and they just bring down Raw and Reptar completely.
A lot of turret damage can come out from Biscuit, Seismic, as well as Black TTO. They're looking to see how far they can just push this in. They took the mid inhibitor. Now they're going to see how far they can push. Now that they know that Baby Carrot's bot, they're going to see if they can crack 1, if not 2, of the Nexus turrets.
They're already on the second. Good knockup. TransVR has the chrono break. Gonna go down, but is resurrecting. Has so much health back. Now it's already at half just from that. So if they want to, they could try and force a little bit more, but wisely they are backing off with Seismic's ultimate. That is a crucial team fight ult they don't have. So it looks like they're just going to rotate around and get one more speedy boy Drake.
This Drake control is really what's deciding this team, because we've seen from the Meat Beasts, they're just been able to roam around as fast as they can with all this in and out of fight move speed. It's going to really allow them to start moving around to keep Biscuit safe, as well as let Seismic just move even quicker with his W powered up.
Yeah, they are. So I'm going to pose the question for you. What is the possible play that Team Name here has to do to get back in this game?
What Team Name here needs to do is if they can get an early chrono break out of Seismic and then force it down, they have to be able to get onto Biscuit. Biscuit is going to do a lot of damage, but they have to make sure, as Bug7 knows this really well, it was his namesake, if they can, as long as they stay grouped together, Black TTO's damage just goes almost negligible. Without that isolation damage, he's not as strong of a burst assassin that we see from Kazi's players. If they can stay grouped up, make sure his damage is not as high as it would be if he was isolated, pick off the chrono break from Seismic and just blow up Biscuit, that's what they need to get in this next fight. If they can take away Biscuit from the fight and the chrono break, it's what Team Name here needs to get back in this game.
No, but Ethereum getting a lot of poke damage from Biscuit, having to take the lantern away, is under half health. It's going to need to go back to base and heal. Looks like we're setting up in the top lane with a top, mid, and bot 1-3-1. I expect Seismic, once he gets done pushing in this lane, to go to whatever side he needs to, but he's not. He's just sitting around the mid lane. Big stun from him onto Ethereum, and using the speed boost to get away from Karasuta.
And so we talked about with Seismic, when he has 3 Cloud Drakes as well as his W, he can just easily run away from Karasuta before he can get any damage onto him to rend. This is what they needed.
Yep, that one's actually his E is the speed up, speed down. His
Sorry,
W
the
is
E. W
his,
the cooldown reset.
Yeah, which is even more frustrating, because at this level, you know that means that he's going to have that up very quickly. But here we have a team fight going in. Raw and Reptar going golden with the Flame Spitter. Does get a little bit of damage onto Biscuit, but he gets resurrected by the chrono break. We see 2 kills already coming out for the Meat Beats as TransVR is going extremely low, but he's so tanky, allowing for 4 kills on the side of the Meat Beats. So much going on, and Ethereum cannot save this on his own. Goes golden, and it looks like he is going to go down because of it, giving 1 more kill over. Black GTO getting that ace and winning, securing that win.
And that's what we talked about. They had to force the chrono break out. They saw the damage that Black GTO just couldn't do whenever they were grouped up, but it wasn't enough. TransVR was just so tanky and allowed Biscuit to come back through their chrono break and just get a lot of damage off in that. In the end, and get a triple kill, secure the win for the team.
Yeah, that was extremely good play from the Meat Beats, especially, and this is where my play of the game is coming from, is I'm giving it to Seismic. Fantastic play from that Zillion mid. So much level boost going out, giving it to the support, giving it to that under-leveled character on his team, giving them that level advantage, giving them that ultimate advantage that they needed, as well as great bombs and great chrono breaks as well, keeping his team alive.
I would agree with you on that. Seismic has really strong plays, but me personally, I have to give my big brain player really over to Biscuit. What Biscuit kept doing over and over again is forcing Ethereum back. Anytime he tried to walk up, Biscuit could just do massive amounts of damage to just about any member on Team Name Here's team. And really, that was the deciding factor in most of these fights. They couldn't engage without making sure they secured Biscuit, and that was, in my opinion, the big brain player for this game.
All right. Well, two players, two great big brain players there. All right, so we will go ahead and take one more break. When we get back, we will go ahead and play the last game we have for you today, which is Oklahoma Gold Rush versus the Kings of Barron. And following that, we will discuss what happened with Schmet and I-Town. So we'll be back with one more game, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, and we're back with the last game of today that we are showing to you, which is Oklahoma Gold Rush and the if I can say the Kings of Baron. That's what it was. For some reason, I see their clan tag here, and it's KOB5, and I'm just like, wait, what's the 5 for? But it's because there's 5 of them. There's 5 Kings of Baron, right? At least that makes sense to me. Get a confirmation in the chat. But so what we're gonna go ahead and do is Pasta Boy is going to come right back here in a second, and we will jump. We'll go ahead and jump right into this game.
All right, I'm here with you, Corey.
There we go. Don't worry, I covered for you.
No, I was here. I just wasn't sure if I was unmuted.
Oh,
or
you're
not.
unmuted. Don't worry.
All right.
I took the preemptive and unmuted you fast.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and take a look and see what these teams are. Corey, you want to go ahead and take blue side?
Yeah, I can do that. So on blue side is Kings of Baron, Joking Chance on the Poppy top lane. RRY Ox in the jungle on the Nocturne. We then see Ionic Wind in the mid lane on this Malzahar. Fargo in the bot lane on Sivir. And OSUK Baby playing the Cosmic Enchantress. I cannot speak. Lulu herself.
All right. I'll go ahead and start from the bot side. We have it looks like a face more than anything. I think is that Ana?
I think we just call her Ana. I think that's what we did last time.
All right. So Ana on Alistar supporting Hacked on Lucian, Dylan Rue on Yasuo mid, OGR Trodelor on Lee Sin in the jungle, and Love Stories on Victor in the top.
I'll say this is something I don't think I've seen it recently in GRLCS, but the Victor top has something that has been pretty popular just overall in general.
Yeah, with that Kleptomancy, and then it looks like it's, if I had to guess, most likely a early Frozen Mallet rush. That's a really strong, Iceborne Gauntlet rush coming out of him. It's a really strong and not fun thing to lane against in the top lane.
Yeah, it is, I can bet, especially if you're already pretty slow. But it looks like we actually get a lane swap going on here. Ionic Wind saying, no, I can 100% take Love Stories in the top lane, switching it up, and we see Joking Chance as the Poppy mid.
Looking around, both these teams are trying to see what they can do. RR Ryox going mid to see what we can find against Dylan Rue.
Yeah, he has to flash away from that gank. Fear not coming through. Good job, though. We see the take level 2. We see that... can't remember the name. What is the name of that? Stops dashes thing.
Oh!
From Poppy.
Poppy's W.
Yeah, Poppy's W. What's it called? I don't remember. But good take that level 2. A lot of times we see her take the charge level 2. But now we see Trodelor coming in. Level 3 comes up with perfect time, stopping the dashes from both of the OGR members. This Poppy just not making it fun for Dylan Rue at all.
Steadfast presence.
That's what it is. The presence. Yep. Wait, this is the wrong game? What? I looked it up. This was supposed to be game 3. This was supposed to be game 3. It was labeled as game 3. This was labeled as I blame Devin. This was labeled as game 3, which let me go look.
Now they got us confused.
Yeah, now they've got me confused. This was labeled as game 3. And that means game 3 would have had to have been, right? If they won game 3, that means they won the series, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah, this was game 3.
With a kill coming out, hacked onto our Ryox. Now Trodelor's falling in on Fargo, seeing what he can find. But OSUK Baby looking to come and help him out. and hack just enough to pick up the damage onto Fargo, seeing what they can find as they chase K maybe even further with the missed ability coming out from Trelador. We'll see what they can do now with that early 2 kills onto Hacked with Dissolution, and we'll see what they can do in this next 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, you guys can blame me, but I am blaming Devin. I 100% have downloaded Game 3, at least as it is labeled. So this game was labeled Game 3. That's how I have it downloaded. Game 3 should be the game that the winning team wins. So I blame Devin. Like, because rather than like, because the other games you could check, like, you know, it has the, when you download it from the client, it has the NA1 and the numbers following it. This one just says Game 3. All right, well, Devin, just submit the game raffle files as is, or whatever files as, yeah, the raffle files as it is, and don't change the names, please, next time, because that completely messed everything up. All right, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go back. If this one is Game 3, then that probably means
that says Game 3 for my side that I have from stats.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do here is we're going to close out of this one real quick. It's not very far in, we're only 5 minutes in. I'm downloading one of the other games. This should, it says Game 2, but theoretically that means it's Game 3. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and go back, transition to the camera here real quick, since this game is not what we're going to be doing anyway.
I have Game 3 right here, Corey.
All right, Game 3?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I have... Was that what we were showing was Game 3?
That was it.
That was Game 2?
That was...
Who is what in Game 3?
In Game 3, we have a top Jax, Sejuani, Lissandra for Kings of Baron, and Wukong, Jarvan for Syndra for Oklahoma Gold Rush.
All right, that's not this one. So
that was Game 2. This is Game 2 I just pulled up.
All right, this one's Game 2 that you just pulled up?
Yeah, the one we just had on was Game 2.
All right, well, so what about Game 1? Did Game 1 have the Urgot? What'd you say Game 3 had?
Game 3 had a Lissandra,
all right,
Jax, and Sejuani.
All right, so this one that says Game 2 is actually Game 1.
Game 1 had a Urgot, Sejuani, Vel'Koz. That's Game 1.
Yeah. So here, we're going to download Game 1 here real quick, which is actually the game that we were wanting this entire time. Yikes. Devin, please just don't put Game 1, Game 2, Game 3 next time, please. All right, so, yeah, all right, here we go. Yeah, we got the Wukong, the Lissandra, the Caitlyn. There we go. This is our Game 3 that we were going for. All right. Do I need to, can you still see? Nope, you can't because I closed the window. Here we go. All right. We're going to go ahead and switch over for everyone else. And there we go. This is the actual Game 3. You know, sorry for the confusion. It says Game 1 on the stat sheet. You know, you can confirm this for me. Like, says Game 1 on it. When we're looking at the stat sheets trying to download things. Like, yeah, the file itself says Game 1.
The file itself says Game 1 just because of how they got orientated, I guess, when it got uploaded. But if I go to the stat sheet that I get, when I do the stats for the gold side, they're in order as they were. But I see yours, and yes, yours were definitely ordered differently than mine.
Yeah, like, and that, like, when I go to download the file, I could show you, like, it says this file says Game 1 on it. Like, it doesn't have the NA1 / numbers. It just says Game 1.
But we're all good, guys. Let's get right back into the game. I'll go ahead and introduce Kings of Baron. So for Kings of Baron, Joking Chance on Wukong in the top lane with our Ryox on Jarvan in the jungle, Ionic Wind on Syndra mid lane, Fargo on Sivir, and K-Baby on Karma.
Yep, and then we go to the other side with OGR. Ana and Hacked in the bot lane, playing Morgana and Caitlyn respectively. Dylan Rue in the mid lane on the Lissandra. Trodolor also playing the Icy Champion, Sejuani in the jungle, and Love Stories in the top lane on the Jax.
Pretty strong picks up top lane. Really, the deciding factor is going to be who can get a strong gank off. As you can see, Trodolor is starting to look and peek at that top lane.
There we do. Trodolor is looking for a gank. There he's going in. The flash doesn't quite get the knockup onto Joking Chance. Doesn't allow for Love Stories to come in. Unfortunately, there's no Counter-Strike stun there.
With that slight misplay up top, that allows our Ryox able to secure that scuttle, and now he has the chance to invade Trodolor knowing where he is, but both teams seem to spot both of these jungles respectively.
Yeah, Dylan Rue wanting to come up has the ability to go over there. Our Ryox needs to be careful. Ionic Wind doing a good job following, putting pressure on the Syndra. Good scatter of the week as well, getting that nice stun. Overall, though, something big to note. Oh, gank in the top lane as we pan over to it. That was definitely needed. Joking Chance was down a lot in CS.
Yeah, he's going down at least a little bit. That one camp that's ahead on Ryox right now, and they're starting to get a little bit of a CS lead building up for Dylan Rue over Ionic Wind. This is going to be the players to watch. I think, in my opinion, I think the player to watch here is going to be Love Stories onto this Jax. We'll see what he can do now that he's got the gank from our Ryox.
Yeah, he is. There was another one from our Ryox. A lot of time being up there. Ionic Wind there being stunned. Trodolor, the knockup being flashed. And good plays by Ionic Wind, getting himself out of that situation.
And we have to remember, this game was recorded after the patch came out. So Jax with this new Conqueror.
No, this was actually before the date that it was, because they gave a date, but I tried to open it with the new patch and it was not the new patch. So this is also the old patch, even though the date says after the patch.
Okay.
So this is old Conqueror.
Okay.
All the weird stuff going on with this game.
Yeah, definitely has me confused.
Yeah, no, because I tried to open it with the new client, because Jack did a wonderful thing where we get both clients up here. Because the date is past Thursday. I should have been able to open it on the new client, but it's not. Good stun onto Joking Chance, just bullying him out, but the electrocute comes through. Trade going over in his favor. He does have some of those corrupting pots since he was forced to teleport back early. Yeah, so this is the old patch. But either way, whether we're on the old patch or the new patch, there's an interesting rune choice there on the Lissandra.
Yeah, Dark Harvest coming out, looking to see what kind of damage Dylan Rue can do. Going for those massive burst damage onto Ionic Wind, or really anyone else who walks out just a little bit too far. What do you think is what are you going to watch for here with the Dark Harvest?
I'll say I'm definitely, with that Dark Harvest, I'm looking to see the team fight orientation be a lot bigger. Not so much Dylan Rue dashing in like we see Lissandra's do and just dealing out a bunch of damage, but sitting on the backside, doing what he's doing right now, just pumping out a lot. He has to be careful, though. We have a gank from RR Ryox. He flashes forward, getting the ult onto Dylan Rue. Dylan Rue just has his level 6, and so much damage from that passive. Unfortunately, not able to finish it off with that auto attack. And that right there, those passive, extra damage on the passive from the Dark Harvest is going to be so huge. That's going to allow these team fights to be gigantic for this Lissandra.
That empowered Q coming out, or mantraed Q coming out from K-Baby, forced the heal on Hack, and that's going to be something they have to be careful of now that Fargo and K-Baby have all summoners up.
Yeah, they do. We all, definitely know that a Sivir and a Karma can be very oppressive in lane, especially if the moment you dodge that Morgana binding or just use the spell shield on it, like there's not a whole lot that's going to be happening because Caitlyn traps take a moment to set up.
All right, Corey, what's gonna be your who's gonna be your Linguini lover in this game? What champion has the possibility to just carry a game? Make your decision.
All right. So for me on on each side for OGR, I'm gonna say it right now with Dylan Rue. That ballsy play. He has the Dark Harvest, like we were mentioning. That's gonna be a lot of damage coming out of this Lissandra. So
Okay.
over there, that's where I think the big play is gonna have to come from. He's gonna have to stay alive without that extra resistance from the aftershock. On the side of Kings of Baron, though, I think it's gonna have to be OSU K-Baby on this Karma. Gonna have to stay alive, gonna have to be applying these massive shields over and over again. Oh, we see Joking
I
Chance.
agree with you there.
Oh, we see Joking Chance going in Love Stories with the flash and the Grandmaster's Might for those extra tanky stats. Gonna get the kill.
And that's going to lead into my next point. I think the player to watch coming out from Oklahoma Gold Rush is going to be Love Stories. Jax is still a really strong lane champion, but now we see Trotalor and Ryox trying to fight over this blue buff.
Yeah, they are. We see Ionic Wind coming over, just yoinking the buff away. But Dylan Rue is not far after as well. Good job, though, just throwing the blue buff really far away, hoping to reset it. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get it. We see Love Stories coming in the top. Good stun from the Counter-Strike. Ultimate as well onto Ionic Wind. And just the damage is too great. 2 kills going over there. One onto each. One was onto Trotalor. The other one was on to Love Stories.
They got to be careful now. Love Story starting to build a bit of a lead here. A little bit of CS over Joking Chance, but now those 2 kills are going to allow him to get that early optimization for the Tiamat and the Sheen. But I'd have to agree with you. The player to watch for Kings of Baron is definitely going to be OSU K-Baby. Massive shields, mantra Qs for a lot of damage in the lane phase as well as for team fights. I think this can be a pretty good game coming from both these players.
Yeah, I do too. There's going to be a lot of chances for for K-Baby to get off these shields, and it's definitely going to need it with the increased damage from Dylan Rue. It's going to need to be on point with all of those shields, not missing a single one.
So we have a Cloud Drake up right now. Which jungler do you think is going to try to establish that dominant priority? As you can see right now, Kings of Baron have a decisive ward control in the bot side of the map. What do you think Trotalor can do now that he has an early kill and early the Cinder Hulk out?
Since he has this early Cinder Hulk, that makes him a lot tankier. I do think this means and we see right now, we have Dylan Rue rotating down as well. They're wanting to get this Scuttle, clear the vision, and go straight for this Drake. They're not wanting to mess around. I'd say they should take it as soon as possible. But they need to be careful. Our Ryox goes in onto Anna, and now we get the return. Trotalor doing a good job following up, getting the permafrost onto our Ryox, but once again, a good shield, and our Ryox gets the kill. Flash forward from Fargo, but not able to escape the walls of the Cataclysm. Does still get the kill onto Anna. Good scatter the weak, though, to discourage Dylan Rue from doing anything else. So right there, that was OSU K-Baby doing exactly what this Karma needs to do. Putting the shields on the people, getting as much as possible there. With the Flash is still up for Fargo, but good CC chain. Unfortunately, the ultimate goes on to himself, and Dylan Rue, Scout of the Week, gets stunned, gets ulted, and gets ignited for the kill.
A slight misclick there from Dylan Rue. Pretty much lost his life for it. If he would have got that on an Ionic Wind, I believe they could have forced him down quick enough with the Dark Harvest and would have won. But now that he ulted himself, it's really what Ionic Wind needed in order to turn a little bit of that mid lane around.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Love Stories doing a lot of bullying of Joking Chance. Did take a couple turret shots, though. Needs to be careful up here.
So based upon a little bit, they have about a 2,500 gold lead coming out for Oklahoma Gold Rush. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the gold, and we can kind of see where this is emphasized at. Wow, massive 1,300 gold lead on Love Stories over Joking Chance.
I'll say we also got 1,000, almost 1,000 in the jungle on Trotalor. But right now we got a gank. Good job stopping the claw in the mid lane from Dylan Rue, not allowing that dash, but still escapes with the flash. No, Anna coming through, using the ultimate. Has the chains out, but flashing away as RRYox, not allowing any follow-up there. You know, like we saw, there's a lot of lead in the jungle and in the mid lane as well on the side of OGR. Even though that's countered by Fargo's lead.
Yeah, very much so. Fargo is really strong on this Sivir right now, and forcing his lead around. He had a really good kill onto Ana as well as to one onto, I believe it was Hacked, and now he's going to rush in to see what they can find on Hacked with Fargo as well as OCK Baby.
I'll say that was a good attempt there, but the flash not up, and the tether is able to go through. TP goes through onto the onto Jarvan, and we see Wukong with the ultimate and a great stun from OGR Trotalor, locking down the kill on OSUK Baby. We're not able to see those kills, shields, which allows more kills coming out. Love Story going 5-0.
Love Story building that lead. Now we're going to see just how many plates they can get. They only got one from there, but the wave is starting to come up, and they're trying to see what they can do with this early lead. Maybe they go for a dragon. Maybe they start to go invade, even though our Ryox is up. I think they're going to have to see what we're going to do in this next couple of minutes.
I hope they go for this Drake, and that's what it looks like they're doing right now. The two of them there are in the pit. I assume they're taking it. There we go. Now we see it. This Cloud Drake going to go over to OGR.
As we saw last game, that Cloud Drake was really important for the meat beats in order to get those fast rotations around. I think that's what Oklahoma Gold Rush is looking to do the exact same way.
Yeah, they are. With their team, and especially with Dylan, who's going to be doing a lot of extra damage, he's going to want to dash around with that claw, get the picks, do just a lot of damage for his team.
Exactly. That Dark Harvest makes Dylan Rue a strong powerhouse with a lot of pick potential on pretty much anyone he decides to just blow up and take away from a fight.
Yeah, good scout of the week, though, on to Dylan Rue, and but good then Glacial Prison to knock everything up. We see the Ignite going down, but Trotalor's now on the backside, gets the slow off. Scout of the week once again, but it's not enough. Trotalor getting the kill.
As we've seen this week, Sejuani is a really strong pick for the jungle. A lot of CC, a really good frontliner, able to lock down some of those more mobile champs or even those disengaged champs like Ionic Win on Syndra. This is what Trotalor is looking for to help assist Dylan Rue locking down those champions and let people like Love Stories Hacked and really Dylan Rue as well to blow up these champions.
The Love Story still, he doesn't care about this turret being so aggressive. On to Joking Chance, he's looking for it. He's got blood in his eyes. Oh, with the Sejuani here, I think he can do it. Joking Chance sticking around a little bit too long, does get the ult going off, but the tower does go down for Trotalor. Does not get the knockup, but does get the ultimate, and Love Stories with the Leaping Strike does get the kill.
6-0 for Love Stories on his Jax. That he's going to become he's already a powerhouse. Now we're going to see how much he can carry it into the mid to late game. He's extremely strong right now. Now they're going to go ahead and go for that early Herald and just really just force his really strong pick around the map.
Yeah, good flag and drag now onto Hacked. Cataclysm comes out, locking it with place, forcing the Caliber net. Ana going golden, but not a whole lot they can do. Fargo, good auto attack to pick up the kill. Now flashing forward, going on to Hack, and the Boomerang Blade secures it.
These some strong plays coming out from Kings of Baron, but now Dylan Rue's heading into the bot lane. Glacial Prison onto Fargo, seeing what he can do now, but picked off by the shields from K-Baby as well as the flag and drag with Ryox.
Yeah, there is a lot of shielding going on. We're definitely seeing like you mentioned, the playmakers right now that you had mentioned, Love Stories just popping off on this Jax, and OSU K-Baby making sure to keep the team alive on the other side. So you definitely called that one right.
Now we're going to have to see just how well my prediction can carry in. Yes, they have a strong lead early, but if they can go ahead and shut down Love Stories, that might be what Kings of Baron need in order to stay in this game.
Yeah, they do. This Sivir is, even though we have the Jax at 6-0-0, this Sivir is 6-1-1. So if we look at the respective gold amounts, even though we see the top lane in the ADC of the opposing side, there is about a 1,000 gold lead for that Jax, but still, Sivir already has 1.5 completed items. Almost 2.
Both of these guys have extremely strong leads respectively, and they're going to start using it to force down these turrets to keep building those leads up. You have a 2-turret lead right now for Oklahoma Gold Rush over Kings of Baron, and that's what it's going to take to keep finishing this game out. But Love Story's going on to Fargo. We talked about these two powerhouses, but he just can't escape from leaping strides coming out from Love Stories.
No, you can. He did a good job staying alive as long as he can. RR Ryox not fast enough to stop the channel of the Herald, so they're doing as much as they can to slow it down. Hack throwing in the ace of the hole, trying to get just a little bit of damage in there. Trying to dissuade the killing of the Herald, but the Herald did get a charge off, so that is some damage. Love Stories, he's looking for a fight, gets the Black Shield, goes in with the Counter-Strike, but doesn't find anybody. Ionic Wind flashes inward. I don't think that's what you want to do, but they do get the shutdown onto Love Stories.
And that's going to be a lot of gold transferred over there to Ionic Wind, and this is kind of what he needs to start dragging himself slowly back in. He's a lot of damage now with the Ludens and the Sorcerer's Boots, but we're going to see where he's going to go next.
So the Flag and Drag in for our Ryox, going past Trodolor, jumps right onto Anna. Black Shield keeps him alive for a while. Now Fargo focusing Trodolor, getting a lot of damage onto him, forcing the flash around the backside. Still thirsty for more as Dylan Rue goes on the top side, killing Joking Chance, and now Hacked is chasing Fargo away. He went too deep. Well, this game is outrageous.
It's an absolute bloodbath, Corey. You're right. And now I think we're going to have the next major fight, fighting over that Mountain Dragon. It's already up now. This is going to be the big deciding factor. If they get this Mountain Drag, the team who gets it is going to be able to secure that next early Baron. And it looks like Kings of Baron are going to go for it right now before they know that the rest of OGR can get there.
They tried to, but our Ryox, they just like, wait a minute, my ADC is low, I'm low, we cannot do this. He goes back to try and get a little bit of health off of his jungle camps, but he looks like he's going to go right even lower than where he was. They're not going to be able to contest this.
No, not at all. Love Stories is there to help do a lot of damage. Trodolor is there to soak up even more. Black Shield's going to keep them safe, and that's going to secure him a Mountain Dragon. Yeah,
good attempt at the steal with the Mantra Q from OSU K-Baby, but it's not enough. And good secure by Love Stories on the that one was a Mountain Drake. So, Oblivious, good question. This is our Platinum division.
We like to call it the gold players with all 10 fingers attached. This is...
Yeah. Gold and occasionally a little bit of common sense.
A little bit of common sense. It basically gold players who figured out how to play one character really, really well.
Yeah. Or
we saw
few.
Fargo steal the red there from Trodolor, and that's a feels bad man coming out from me.
I'll say, if you're Fargo right there, that's exactly, you're like, yes, Boomerang Blade Steal for the win. Trodolor had Smite up and everything, was able to secure it, but didn't. Now, our Ryox got to be careful. Ionic Wind, though, getting caught out. The two Freljordian champions working together, putting their feud aside.
And this is going to be what we talked about. Massive damage from Dylan Rue with his Dark Harvest. They have to be careful because if there's one person caught out, he can instantly just destroy them if they're not careful.
There, we saw it right there. Ionic Wind learning firsthand. Not able to do anything. Just getting completely CC chained and locked down. Fortunately, though, for his own team, Fargo has a lot of wave clear and our Ryox as well. able to go around. Joking Chance getting stunned by the Counter-Strike, has to flash away. Love Stories and Trodalor, though, still looking. They want this turret. Arrox goes in with the Cataclysm. A good leap strike out to his teammate, but they still want more. KSU Baby zoning off, hacked, and a huge Scout of the Week on the side. OSU K-Baby picking up 2 kills, while Joking Chance uses the ultimate on the other side, getting a kill, a shutdown on to Love Stories, and a shutdown onto Trodalor as well.
This is what Joking Chance needs to start dragging herself back in. This is going to look like they're going to try to go force themselves on Baron. We'll see if Dylan Root tries to contest it, but if not, easy secure Baron for Kings of Baron.
She does have the ultimate, does have that ability, but instead, rather than going for the Baron, is just going to force down as much damage as it can onto this inhibitor turret. Oh, and they have to be careful now. Without Karma, Karma had to back to take care of this. Without those shields, they had to be really careful about the juggling aggro on the Baron. Good, oh, amazing damage from OSU K-Baby. Dylan Root about to turn the fight around with that Glacial Tomb, but the cooldowns came back up, and we see just how much damage this Karma can do.
Yeah, people tend to forget that even though it's a supported champ, like we keep talking about, most of these supports nowadays with the correct itemization can do massive damage. Only really I would say 1.5 AP items coming out for OSU K-Baby with the Twin Shadows as well as the level 2 for Frostfang. But this is going to be a champion that does a lot of damage if you're not careful.
Yeah, it is. And Caitlyn still not quite doing a whole lot of damage in these fights as well. Joking Chance going in and getting the knockup again. A good ultimate from Trodalor, though, zoning the team out, not encouraging this dive. But we see Dylan Root going back in with the return engage. Ryox forcing the flash, but still getting the kill. The auto attack going through. Fargo now getting the auto attacks and the bouncing blades going through. Joking Chance finalizing that kill onto Hacked. Good flash forward.
OGR here just have to delay this fight as long as they can. Love Stories is pushing into the top side of the map. Already took the inhibitor turret. Now he's going to secure the inhibitor. They have to be careful here. Love Stories is able to just run wild in this top lane.
Yeah, he is flashing down our Ryox, going to get the kill, and he gets a little bit of health back from the Triumph, but the turret's taking him down. On the other side, OSU K-Baby keeping Fargo alive with the shields, but a great flash from Trodalor, getting the damage needed. However, we do see a TP coming out from Joking Chance. They're going to get this turret down with Love Stories down. They are going to get a bunch from this, but they have to be careful. Dylan Root coming in on the backside, getting a bunch of popping out all the damage that he can. Joking Chance is locked down, does try to go invisible, dashes onto Dylan Root trying to get the kill, but the Glacial Tomb keeps her alive.
And the Drake's now up. They're going to have to see when Oklahoma Gold Rush is going to go try to rush this dragon down before Ionic Wind and OSU K-Baby really have a chance to contest due to their low health and mana.
Yeah, they do. They're not able to. OSU K-Baby has a little bit of mana, but now is extremely low, forced to use that shield. And there we go. See Dylan Root on the backside taking the claw. Is not going to let any chance of a steal go through. Because that could have been a very close steal. Trodalor not having smite.
Very much so. Fargo securing his red buff, seeing if he can just pump out a little bit more DPS in these next couple of fights. Because this next fight is just going to call the game. Both teams have the ability to end this game off of a really strong team fight.
Yeah, they do. I very much see a dance coming on here in a little bit. You know, they're either going to try and get that engage that. They're wanting to look for that perfect engage for them. They're going to dance around each other, try and see what they can get. Because one false move, and that's going to spell the end for either team.
Very much so. One false move coming out of Kings of Baron, and Love Story's allowed to just rush through you, as well as OGR Trodalor is going to do massive damage. But one false move coming out from OGR, and Joking Chance can get a massive ult coming out, and then really strong shields from OSU K-Baby, and that can be a decision maker in this next fight.
So we have the Baron down from Kings of Baron, and they have to be careful. We do have the engage. It's right now 4v5. There is no ultimate on Joking Chance. We see Dylan Rue taking the claw in and getting the kill onto Fargo. That's a lot of damage gone. But Ionic Wind on the backside still alive, dishing out the damage. Trodelor getting a double kill. And Ionic Wind, OSU K-Baby running away. Scatter the Weak, allowing them some escape time. With Love Stories in the mid lane just getting this inhibitor uncontested.
And that's 2 inhibitors down for Kings of Baron. Now they're going to allow those those minions to keep pushing in deeper and deeper. And they're going to be able to start securing, but now they're going to go in on Ionic Wind.
Ionic Wind gets stunned from the Permafrost, but good knock away. And the turret is going to chip down onto Trodelor. Trodelor taking that up before at the minion, trying to keep his minion alive.
That was a really good play coming out of Ionic Wind to secure the triple kill as well as stop the push into his bot lane. They have the time down to reset, clear some minions, and make sure that Love Stories can't just keep running wild as he has been, securing 9 kills as well as securing a massive CS lead over Joking Chance.
We do this massive CS lead, and all these kills are leading into a huge gold lead. Like, this is a 4,000 gold lead for Love Stories right now over Joking Chance. We do see in the bot lane, we see Fargo doing really well. Ionic Wind and Dylan Rue, though, going at it right now in the bot lane. Not a lot to come of it. Ionic Wind sees Anna coming on the backside now, wants to back away, doesn't want that 2v1.
Especially both these teams now leaning around, seeing the Baron's up in the next 20 seconds, and so they're going to have to see.
Nope, you good there? Uh-oh, looks like we're having a little bit of technical issues here. You still there, Pasta Boy? All right, well, anyway.
Oh, here we go. Back in.
There we go. Are you back?
I'm back. I was talking, and all of a sudden Discord went silent.
I was like, wait, what's going on? I can't hear you. So let's go ahead and finish your train of thought there. What were you thinking?
So what I was trying to say was that they're looking. Oklahoma Gold Rush is going to look to try to bait a Baron fight out, or even a long extended fight, and let Love Stories push in through the bot lane, secure a third inhibitor, or even just rush through and end the game.
Yeah, they are. The only problem with that long extended fight, they have to be careful. They'll want to knock out. OSU K-Baby pretty quickly. These shields are keeping his team alive.
They got to be careful here.
They do. They have a 4v4 right now. Top laners are both in the bottom lane, but we get the stuns going out. All the shields on the Fargo. The flash heal is not enough, and he goes down. We get another kill from Dylan Rue, and a third one as well, followed by a 4th kill. This Lysandra just doing so much damage with the passive. Love Stories just wailing away on this top lane inhibitor. Joking Chance knows that he cannot stop this at all. And this allows
I think that
OGR.
fight's going to cost him the game.
Yeah, it is. OGR, that just going to go ahead and end off of this. That engage by RRYOX, not quite enough. We see, though, Joking Chance trying to get a little bit of something on the backside. This does get hacked, but that's not going to be enough. Love Stories, Dylan Rue, Anna, and Trodelor all still alive. Going away on the Nexus. Gets the win for OGR.
And like we talked about, OSU K-Baby with a lot of good shields, but it just wasn't enough to peel through all the damage that OGR could put out in those team fights.
Yeah, it is. So, what would you say is your best player, your MVP?
Personally, it was really hard for me, actually. Love Stories, like I talked about earlier, was going to allow him to push his lead, put it even further, get his really strong split pushes off. He really secured both of those inhibitors. That was really the big thing that he did. But I also want to go ahead and mention Trodelor. Trodelor did a lot of really good engages, got a lot of the correct lockdowns on the characters that needed to be in each fight. And if I had to pick one, I would say Love Stories, but it's really difficult for me because Trodelor did a lot of really good CC in absorbing a lot of the damage in those team fights.
So that's actually where I'm going with mine is Trodalor. We didn't mention him a whole lot in game, but doing a lot of work behind the scenes, getting the lockdown, working well with Dylan Rue, making sure to get those picks, making sure to get those targets. All these amazing Glacial Ultimates from the Sejuani just then burst and instantly turning on it, bursting down that target before OSUK Baby can get the shield, or even if they do get the shield, bursting through the shield. So good job, I would say, from Trodalor on that. So we're going to go ahead and switch back to our lovely faces for just a little bit. We're going to talk about that last game that we're not able to stream, unfortunately, because it was Shmeh and iTown were be playing together. Unfortunately, we don't have any raffle files for them, so we can't play the match. They were played before the patch, but then sent after the patch. But we do have the match notes from them, and we could see that Shmeh took a 2-0 win over iTown.
And just taking a quick look at these notes that we can see here, basically letting everyone know moving forward, ban Jinx.
Yeah. So from what we can see is both games, Shmeh was allowed to play Jinx. Jinx going 13-2 and 8 in one game, going 13-1 and 9 in the next game. I don't know about you, but just looking at these stats alone, I definitely have to pick Jinx as my MVP.
Oh, 100%. If the character can get that far ahead, snowballing as strong as you see, in Game 1, they had a decisive lead over bot lane, as well as Game 2, a massive lead in bot lane. And really, if I had to pick, it has to be Jinx. Just purely looking at the stats and not be able to see gameplay.
Yeah, no, purely looking at these stats and not able to see this gameplay, we're going to have to give it over to the AD carry of Shmeh for that one. But no, that's a big note. Make sure two notes. On patch, especially on patch note week. Make sure if we have a patch that week, you want to make sure you send your games in as soon as possible. If they're played before the patch, we have this nice thing set up where we have both the previous and the new patch on at the same time, so we can play all the games from the raffle files. So please just make sure you send the raffle files in to us so that we can get your games. And don't name them weird things for us, please. Just leave them as is, NA1 / the numbers, and we'll find them.
All right, Corey, here's the question for you.
Yep.
Out of all the plays and players we've seen today, who is your overall big brain player of this week?
Of everything?
Of everything we've seen so far.
Absolutely everything. Oh.
We'll go ahead and say what we've seen. I don't want to go ahead and
we're not gonna put sorry for Shmeh and iTown, but we're not gonna consider that because we didn't see it. We weren't able to see the game, so we're not gonna talk about that one. But my overall big brain play is going to go. I'm gonna give mine to Water Bear on Sensei Squad for that jungle Kane, doing a really good job for his team, getting a lot of damage out, doing a lot of picking as well in that match, being a key factor in their win over GSM.
And it's funny, that's actually the player I was going to say. Water Bear did a lot. It's funny because I was like, who's I going to pick? And I was like, you know what? I think Water Bear did really good. And you're like, I want to pick Water Bear. And he's
not going to pick Water Bear because that was game 1.
I was like, there's no way he remembers. But yeah, Water Bear he's so decisive in his games. He had a really strong, he had the early camp top, but really what it allowed him to do is snowball. Yeah, he did have the one oopsie as PewDiePie dead and sub to PewDiePie, and he had really, other than that one misplayed top, it just allowed him to get further and further ahead and just snowball his team.
Yep, definitely agree with that. But so with that is the end of our stream for this week. Any last minute things you want to mention?
I would just say Platinum. it's looking like a pretty decent division, looking pretty strong. Just keep it up, guys. You're doing well. These are fun to cast with myself
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hunger Bunker, and maybe we'll get Bug 7 back next week. And really, guys, just keep it going. It's fun to watch and commentate on.
Oh, it is a lot of fun. I enjoy seeing you guys play every week. It's it's kind of nice to see that step up from gold and see that little bit of common sense. We actually get to see purposeful macros a lot more often here than we do in gold, which is a lot more fun to talk about, I know. At least for me. Nothing against Hog, nothing against, you guys make beautiful macros all the time.
And that's what we're known for, and it's okay when people always look at our stats and say, "Man, those stats aren't that great." I'm like, "Yeah, but how many losses do we have?" That's right, none.
None. Yeah, no, like that's because you guys got the macro. Why aren't you playing in plat? Like you guys.
Honestly, man, if to be honest, we always all tank our MMR. If you can see, even though we've been consistently silver plat for the past 4 or 5 seasons, we always tank our MMR just in case because we want to be here for GRLCS.
All right, quality move right there. All right, but anyway, that'll be it for us today. I believe it is. I saw in the chat, Ari Panda is gonna be here at 4 o'clock, bringing you the last set of games, which is the Diamond games, and I think it's gonna be Vid here as well. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think it's gonna be the two of them. Gonna be doing that later on tonight. But with that being the case, we will sign off. I am Corey Bunger.
Hey guys, and it was me, Hog Pasta Boy, just making sure you guys know we'll be here next week, and make sure to always stay pasta.
Yeah, keep it fresh, guys.
cold